Most adults don't realize that they have already lost something important. And what I mean by that, and this is going to sound cliche, is that we we have all, to some extent, lost the light we had in our eyes when we were kids. And when I when I started thinking about this, what I mean is, if we can all remember how we were as kids, and I'm trying to look for words to describe how we were so curious, how we were so unapologetic, how we used to ask so many questions about everything, filled with wonder about literally everything. We had crazy kinds of imagination. I mean, and I think this relates to many young kids or us when we were younger, as especially for boys, that I know for a fact. You could watch a movie, let's say a Marvel movie, see a certain superhero, and actually genuinely believe or imagine yourself, actually imagine yourself as that actual character. And if you were to do that right now, it will sound really childish. And this really made me ask myself, at what point did I feel that if doing something like that is childish? Why did I stop? Have I gained anything for from not doing that anymore? And it's really crazy because, to some and to a really great extent, it's not even anybody's fault, because it's like our environments in general. I would say just life in general. And no wonder look back at this video and maybe say, maybe I'm naive, uh, maybe I don't know what I'm saying, but I do know that over the years, the people I've seen who are older than me really look different from like kids. And it's not like the physical difference, it's the way they just look, it's like the energy around them, it's really different. In kids you just see this, and I know people who've had like a close interaction with kids who have like maybe younger siblings. I think they might understand what I mean. When you are, let's say, with your younger brother or sister, and there's this happiness they give you, you can feel like they're actually alive. If you know what I mean, they're actually alive. And for you and me, and maybe the older people we know, they don't really feel the same. And so it brought me to the next question of, when does it happen? When does the change begin? At what point do we just slowly let the light fade? At what exact point do we you know, stop stop being alive? And it's crazy because at one point in life, you are jumping, you are excited, you just lived with this flow. And then a few years later, we are all living in like blocks of time of waking up, going to work, or going to school, and then opening your phone and just scrolling TikTok. And then once you're done with TikTok, go try IG. Once you're done with that, go to sleep. And you do that again and again and again. It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy because we have somehow all made that feel normal. And it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And we have this, for lack of a better term, this escapism kind of behavior from all of us. And this might even explain, and I don't know, and this might be controversial, it might even explain substance abuse from substance abuse by some, especially the younger people. And of course, I know there's so many other factors that obviously influence that. But my point is, we're all trying to, we all live in such a manner that we do something, and then once you're free, you try to escape. And then you run out of time, and then you go back into the same thing, and then go back to escaping. It just blows my mind how it just happened. And I say it, and I'll say this again. It's not our fault. Life has its own way of being life, and all those smooth parts of it start having rough edges, and it's no one's fault, and it's insane. And we just, shouldn't let that happen. We generally shouldn't. And so when you think of it, I think the next question I remember asking myself was, what can I do to try bring that craziness back? Uh, bring that childlike wonder back. Because I don't know, I think I should at least try. And I remember this reminded me of a tweet I saw around 4 weeks back. I think it was late last year, late 2025, and it was a guy saying that when he joined uni, he lost that he lost that spark he used to have, and he was asking of ways he could bring it back. And there were so many replies and people saying many things, but one particular reply really caught my eye, and it said, "You can never really bring back that spark. All you can do is create a new spark. Who you are has been largely influenced by the thing you've gone through, and you can't really change that. But you can't change who you become." And I'm sounding, I don't know, philosophical, maybe cliche, I don't know. And so you should try every day, just lay brick by brick by brick. And so this brought me to the next logical question: how could I do that for myself in my own personal life? And I try to ask myself a couple of questions. Compared to when I was a kid, when was the last time I did something that scared me? When was the last time I actually put my phone down, put my laptop, literally any other device, put them all away, and just for a couple of hours or even minutes, just sat down with my own thoughts? When was the last time I actually really tried to find meaning and an actual reason for me waking up? And if I ask the same questions to the younger me compared to the older me now, so two completely different people. And I'm really emphasizing on meaning, not even happiness, just meaning. And those are just the first things that came uh, through my mind. And I know most of these are much easier said than done, but again, it really doesn't cost me anything to try. It really doesn't. And maybe I'll look at this video in the future, maybe 20 years from now, and say maybe I was just naive, um, and just laugh. Maybe. But the current me will say this time and time and again, and this is to the future me. I will, I will try. I don't know if it's important. I don't know if it changes anything. I do know that I want to try to move toward that direction, and that really matters to me. And maybe you should try to.